Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I have a very quick comparison between two Arabian perfumes. I will be comparing the newest Maison Asrar Soiree to Nebras by Lattafa. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, then please stay tuned. Hey friend, welcome back. I hope that you are having an amazing day whenever you're watching this video. I know I am super excited to talk perfume with you today, so thank you for being here. To those of you who may be new on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like today, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there. So if you like any of those things, then I think you will enjoy this channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. So my good sister Monique sent me a sample of Nebras by Lattafa, and this is a fragrance that I've been wanting to try for the longest, and so I'm super duper grateful. She also sent me a ton of other samples. So hey Monique, if you're watching, thank you so much for being so kind and sending me these samples. So I have a sample of Nebras right here, and I'm super excited to test it side by side with Soiree. I think we're gonna have to try these out on skin. I will tell you my first impression. This one smells more vanillic, more creamy, more kind of like a light whipped vanilla. Nebras, by the way, in my opinion, is like a 95% dupe of Eilish by Billie Eilish. Ooh, that is a wet sprayer. So this, you want to spray far away from your clothes because it will wet your clothes. Yeah, that was one spray, y'all. Oh, and there's a nice oil content to this. My hand is also very oily. And on this hand, I have Nebras. Nebras has top notes of berries and orange. It has middle notes of vanilla, cacao, and rose. And then it has base notes of sugar, tonka bean, amber, and musk. When I first spray out Nebras, I get berries. I get a really sweet berry, not a lot of orange, and then it starts to develop into that vanillic mid. And at the mid, I pick up on that vanilla first. Then the cacao and the rose come in, with the rose being the most subdued note at the mid of this fragrance. So rose is not very dominant in this fragrance at all. You mostly get like this burst of sweet, juicy, ripe berry mixed with a vanilla and a dusting of cacao powder. That's what I pick up initially. And then this just continues to get sugary sweet. And now on my arm, that's what I'm getting, like a really super duper sugary sweetness of vanilla, a dusting of cacao powder. I'm still picking up that gorgeous red berry at the top. Now with Soiree or Soiree, you get vanilla, praline, toffee, and apple at the top. So to my nose, this is very vanillic. It's very sweet and creamy at first sniff. And to my nose, I'm not picking up like a strong plum, but definitely a little bit of that apple at the top. At the mid, this is supposed to have ylang ylang, white flowers, heliotrope, and lavender. And to my nose, I'm picking up something aromatic, which I'm assuming is the lavender. And then at the base, you have caramel, you have vanilla, you have ambergris, and you have wood. So for me, this opened up very vanillic, very creamy, very fluffy, sweet, and just overall a little less fruity and a little more vanillic and creamy. So as compared to Nebras, I feel like Nebras is much more berry centered at the opening, and you don't really get that vanilla until maybe about 5 to 10 minutes in. That's when you start getting that vanilla in Nebras. Whereas in Soiree, you pick up that vanilla right away, and it's a really creamy and thick and sweet frosting like vanilla. So for me, I'm not picking up the florals very strongly. I love ylang ylang. That's one of my favorite fragrance notes, and I'm not really picking up like a strong ylang ylang. But when I first sprayed this out, I was definitely picking up a bit of an aromatic touch. Let me see what it smells like on the tester card now. Prominent on the tester card as well. So this has a beautiful aromatic note. I love the way they did it in this fragrance because it's not like a strong lavender note like in Burberry Goddess or even Lattafa's Angham. The lavender in here is very subdued. It's very nice. It gives this fragrance just a touch of that aromatic freshness while maintaining this fragrance's creamy and sweet and gourmand facets. Yeah, it's definitely here too. So as Soiree begins to dry down, I do detect those woody notes, but the wood in here doesn't overtake the fragrance. This fragrance remains vanillic and sweet and creamy, and I feel like the woods just add a little bit of a nuance to it, give it a little bit of bulk, depth, and keep it from just being this very simplistic vanilla fragrance. Yeah, I think that's how I would describe the woods in this fragrance. I definitely picked them up on the dry down, but this is not a fragrance that turns strictly woody on dry down. This is a fragrance where the woods are detectable, but do not overpower the fragrance on the dry down. Also, I know ambergris can be tricky for some people, and on my skin, I'm not picking up anything off-putting. It just gives this fragrance this like warm and skin-like and almost like sun-kissed skin sort of feel. I love that it's a little elevated on the dry down. So compared to Nebras, Soiree is giving a little bit more niche. I love how it transitions and it doesn't take long. So you get to that dry down maybe at about like the 15-20 minute mark. So on that dry down, you get another dose of vanilla. This stays very creamy and sweet. There's some caramel on the dry down. So not only do you get vanilla in the opening, but you get it again on the dry down. Then you get the woods, just a touch of woods, and a gorgeous, smooth, very inoffensive musk. But this musk is not like your light, airy, powdery musk. This musk is like a warm, skin-like musk that almost feels like sun-kissed skin. Yeah, after really taking the time to compare these two fragrances, I feel like Nebras is coming across as not juvenile, but definitely not as sophisticated as this fragrance right here. I also feel like they are dupes, but more like distant cousins. When they interact with your skin or your clothes, you'll be able to pick up on the differences between the two. I've read that some people like this one more because it's not as cloying and dense as Nebras. And I must say that I did own Eilish by Billie Eilish, and I ended up selling it because I felt the same way. I felt like it was just a little bit too much. But this one may be a little bit different for me. So I'm excited to really explore this fragrance. This is not a full review, so I don't have thoughts on performance just yet, but know that I will definitely be back to share how this one develops as well as how it performs. However, upon initial comparison, I do think these fragrances are similar, but I do feel like they develop differently. So they give the same feel, the same vibes, but Soiree feels just a little bit more grown up, a little less cloying, a little less dense, and probably less nauseating for those of you who have that issue with Nebras. So those are my thoughts. I think if you have not picked up one or the other as of yet, I would recommend this one. I think this one has a better scent profile, and like I said, I'll be back with details on performance because I know that people enjoy Nebras' performance, and I know you all will want to know how this one measures up to Nebras' performance. So I'll be back with more thoughts on performance and how they compare, but as far as scent profile and just the way these fragrances develop, I definitely enjoy Soiree over Nebras. All right, gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means so much to me that you are still here. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like on your way out because that helps my channel continue to grow. And also, if you are here and you love fragrance content, I make a lot of it on this channel and I would love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video. Before I go, I want to remind you how amazing you are and how you have everything it takes on the inside of you to overcome any obstacle you face. We just have to know when to tap into our source to really remember who we are. And for me personally, that source is Jesus. Whenever I tap into the Word of God and remind myself of whose I am and the attributes of God, it regenerates me, it recharges me, and it sets me on the right path. So whatever that source is for you today, tap into your source, remember who you are, remember how amazing you are. And per usual, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!